Effective head of state in handcuffs, dragged absent like a common road thug, live in 4K determination for the entire planet to see. Nicolas Maduro, the communist strongman who resisted the American domain for decades, was extricated by a U.S. Special Operations Group with surgical precision.
Simply subscribe to USA Close-Up and press the bell icon to stay connected with us.
The world observed, paralyzed. No condemnation, no UN resolution, just silence. But if you think this is fair a Latin American story, you are dangerously naive. This wasn't fair a capture, it was a terrifying message. A brutal flag sent specifically to the heart of the globalist tip-top in Europe. Stop looking at Venezuela and move your gaze quickly to Brussels. Zoom in on the confront of Ursula von der Leyen. Do you see that crude freeze in her eyes? You require to get it why that fear is there. Since the uncomfortable truth is this: fair like Maduro, Ursula von der Leyen was never chosen by the people. Not a single European citizen cast a vote for her. And in the ruthless New World Arrange of 2026, Donald Trump has smashed the rules of engagement. He has demonstrated that national sovereignty is no longer a shield for the corrupt. Washington insiders are as of now leaking the hazardous truth. The von der Leyen file is sitting right on top of the stack in the Oval Office. It is no longer almost taxes, exchange wars, or NATO contributions. This has raised into a manhunt. Donald Trump is organizing the most monumental destroying of the established arrange in the 21st century. He has sent a clear notice to every unelected bureaucrat. Neither borders, nor political insusceptibility, nor old alliances can spare you if your title is on the boycott. The diversion has changed forever. Authenticity is the as-it-were currency left, and right presently, Brussels is bankrupt. Trump has appeared he can reach untouchable dictators in their royal residences. Do you really think a glass building in Belgium is out of reach? But here is the question that ought to haunt each single European citizen today evening time. Why is the European Commission trembling? Why has Brussels, as rules so uproarious with its moral lectures and ethicalness signaling, suddenly fallen into a ghastly, suspicious silence? When Trump slapped taxes on the table, when he straightforwardly taunted the EU, Ursula von der Leyen gulped it. She didn't fight back. She didn't set out to articulate a single word of insubordination. Why? The answer is straightforward, and it is unnerving. She knows that they know. This is not strategic persistence. This is exposed fear. The fear of a lady who realizes that her file in Washington is approximately to be opened. The Maduro operation was fair a display of constraint. The genuine target is the greatest monetary outrage in European history: Pfizer entryway. Let's rewind to the crime scene. We are talking around 1.8 billion immunization measurements. We are talking about a contract esteem estimated at 35 billion euros. That's your assess money. That's the riches of nations, transferred straightforwardly into the coffers of Big Pharma. And how was this monumental deal arranged? Was it wrangled about in Parliament? Was it scrutinized by committees? No. It was arranged via private content messages between Ursula von der Leyen and Pfizer CEO Albert Bohrer. And presently they tell us these messages are lost. They claim they cannot be found. That is an offended to your intelligence. It is a lie so striking it takes off breathless. In the digitized age, nothing ever disappears. Do you truly think a content message sent over global networks fair vanishes? This is where the trap snaps closed. Who controls the backbone of the global internet? Who sits on the information nodes that process each byte of information flowing over the Atlantic? The NSA, the United States intelligence community. Donald Trump doesn't need Ursula to hand over her phone. He already has the transcripts. He has had them since day one. He is holding the ultimate lever, a digital smoking gun that may smash the European Union instantly. But it gets worse, much worse. You require to get it the brutality of the American legitimate system. Trump isn't fair playing legislative politics, he is weaponizing the law. Particularly the Foreign Degenerate Hones Act, FCPA. This is a law with appendages that reach across the entire globe. It doesn't matter if the wrongdoing happened in Brussels or Berlin. The minute a transaction is denominated in US dollars, the minute an email passes through a server in Virginia, the minute a company listed on the modern York Stock Exchange like FISA is involved, American law applies. Trump is situating this not as a diplomatic issue, but as a criminal one. If his Office of Justice determines that the Pfizer deal was degenerate, if they determine that kickbacks were involved or that open trust was defrauded to boost a U.S. enterprise stock price, then Ursula von der Leyen is no longer a head of state. In the eyes of U.S. prosecutors, she becomes a co-conspirator in a RICO case. Do you know what RICO is? The Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act. It is the nuclear weapon of the American justice system. It was designed to take down the mafia. It allows prosecutors to charge the leaders of an organization for the crimes ordered by them, even if they didn't pull the trigger themselves. Imagine the headline: the President of the European Commission investigated under the same statutes used to dismantle the Gambino crime family. This is the nightmare scenario keeping Brussels awake at night. Trump is holding the sword of Damocles over their heads. He doesn't need to arrest her like Maduro to annihilate her. He just needs to leak one archive, one transcript, one bank transfer record. The silence from the CDU and the European elite is the silence of accomplices waiting for the hammer to drop. They know that immunity protects you from national courts, but it does not protect you from American sanctions. It does not protect you when the U.S. Treasury freezes your resources. Look at the Russian oligarchs, billionaires one day, financial outcasts the next. Do you think a political passport will save you when the full weight of the U.S. Treasury hits you? Donald Trump is currently orchestrating the most sophisticated shakedown operation of the century. He is saying to Europe, "I own your inside sacks. I own your past. And if you don't drop in line with my new world order, I will expose you to your own people." We are seeing the end of the illusion. The values of Europe have been sold out for corporate profit, and the receipt is sitting on a desk in the Oval Office. The betrayal is total, the corruption is absolute, and the prosecutor is Donald Trump. As the archives in Washington are being unsealed, the clock is ticking down for the European elite. They thought they were untouchable gods. They're about to find out they're just mortals standing in the way of a hurricane. The warning shot fired in Venezuela was heard in every capital city on Earth. From Paris to Ottawa, from Canberra to Brussels, the globalist architects are trembling. The arrest of Maduro wasn't a military operation. It was the violent birth of a new era. The message is universal and chilling. The era of the untouchables is over. We are seeing the dismantling of the post-1945 world order in real time. The United Nations irrelevant. The World Health Organization defunded and ignored. The World Economic Forum panicking. Donald Trump is systematically cutting the haves of the globalist cult. He is showing the world that these institutions are paper tigers, powerless without American money and American muscle. The Pfizer door outrage is not a European issue. It is the first domino in a global chain reaction. When those records open, they won't just expose Ursula von der Leyen, they will expose a worldwide web of corruption involving heads of state, media moguls, and pharmaceutical giants who locked down the entire planet. This is the Grand Reset. They didn't plan for a reset of them. Trump is offering the world a brutal binary choice. On one side, the globalist machine, a system of control, censorship, endless wars, and unelected bureaucrats who despise you. On the other, the return of the nation-state, raw, unapologetic sovereignty, where leaders are afraid of their people, not the other way around. America has chosen its path. Now the rest of the world must decide. Are we going to continue bowing before the altars of Davos and Brussels, or will the people of the world finally stand up and demand the truth? The storm is no longer coming. The storm is here. The collapse of the old guard will be messy, it will be loud, and it will be terrifying. But it is the only way to true liberation. History is being written in lightning. Don't look away. Don't stay silent. The global awakening has begun, and the only question left is which side of history will you stand on? Wake up, speak up, the world is watching. Until next time,